Yo, morning.
This is the thing.
We're here. Uh, cool. I'm going to go ahead and tweet it out. So, what we are trying to do today is bootstrap a Phoenix application that can serve an Elm app that will hopefully be running Pomodoros for us, is the idea. So we've got a box that we...
And we're doing it in hard mode because I have not written any Elixir or Elm, and Tony has not used Spacemax. So hard mode. Continue.
All right, so I'm gonna share the terminal, hopefully. But it looks like, yeah, unfortunately, this iTerm non-native mode thing doesn't allow Hangouts to share just that.
Whenever you're in full screen.
Mm-hmm. Right, iTerm 2. So this is already riveting. Okay, so
don't mind me, I'm reading Twitter. I'm trying to catch up to your tweets.
Yeah, so this still doesn't look like a native session for iTerm full screen. iTerm. Maybe I need to exit out of full screen first. So I have native full screens on. And there doesn't seem to be an exit. Toggle full screen there, and now I'm out of it. Got a million tabs to close. Go back in. Okay, so now this actually looks like native full screen. And I can hopefully come back to you and be able to screen share. Nope. Hangouts on Air just will only
do Windows.
Do my desktop, which is whatever I'm showing, which is awful, or this thing, which is, yeah, awful. Let me...
That's kind of weird because I know that Hangouts will allow you to grab a window, but apparently not with iTerm because of whatever windowing.
No, it's like it's not just iTerm; it doesn't show anything. So this might be a limiting factor of Hangouts on Air.
Interesting.
Actually, okay. So now it does.
Are you using Safari or Chrome?
I am in Safari.
Maybe Chrome might give you more Google juice.
That is possible. So now it is showing, it seems like it is a problem with full screen apps, maybe?
That could be a thing too also. I've never tried that.
I've definitely done that before. So let me try now that I'm out of full screen and iTerm is available. All right.
Hey, I see a black window.
There we go. So that was just as painful as hopefully the rest of this isn't going to be. All right. So yeah, the first thing we want to do is probably have me connect to our box because I lost that through all of those things. And I'm going to attach to the session that you're in. Sweet. So let's go ahead and move into our source directory. we did a dry run yesterday. We'll go ahead and kill that. So our first step should be kind of bootstrapping our Phoenix application. So we already installed like Phoenix and Mix and all that stuff. So we should be able to say Mix Phoenix.new and Pomodoro something. I don't know. Do you have thoughts?
I hope people don't think I'm drinking beer this early in the morning. This is coffee.
Naming it Pomodoro. You good with that?
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna say no ecto.
Ecto's the database stuff. Yeah.
Yep. So we're maybe eventually gonna persist stuff inside of processes, and we'll add in ecto if we need it later.
Cool. Is there an easy way to do the generation of all the ecto stuff post install, or is it just just do it yourself kind of thing? That would be cool.
I think it's probably do it yourself. I haven't ever had to go from non-ecto to ecto. So, all right, let's go ahead and do what it's suggesting to us in mix phoe phoenix.server. This I would have expected to compile. So command failed. So apparently we need to npm install and node build. So I'm just going to copy this thing and hope that that does everything we need. So in order to get Elm set up, there is a blog post that has been helpful in the past for doing that, and that's basically what I'm going to be going through here. So let me find it. So I am going to, is there a way for me to post this like in the Hangout somehow?
I don't know if I'll get persisted across the session, unfortunately.
Nobody's actually viewing what we're doing.
True. So if they ever come back to watch it in the
I might
far away future, they'll be like, no link. Of course, by then Medium will be gone.
I'll update the description with it. Okay, so following this kind of guide, it's saying that we should install npm install brunch. Or first I wanted to do mix Phoenix server just to make sure that our app can compile, which it is totally not doing right now.
Weren't you doing mixed tests last night to kind of test that out?
We did both.
But either way, it's still okay. It's still dead.
Yeah. Cool. So what has...
Nothing like doing that last night and then coming back in this morning and trying to do the exact same thing.
Yeah. So branch config. So deps is there. We have our node module. We have.
Oh, did you run mixed steps? You probably.
Oh, no. I think a part of it did do that mixed steps get.
Yeah. How is that possible? Because I thought you tried to do something and then it was like, no, do node, and then whatever. Okay.
So yeah. Yep. Cool. So I don't know. 5 + 3. Everything seems to be good, but yet mix steps dot compile.
Looks like it's really upset about this .ex file.
Like where? Which
Yeah,
one?
I know exactly. There's only one of them supposedly, but there's lots of ex files. I don't know what it's pissed about.
hmm Interesting. So I'm gonna RMRF Pomodoro, and let's try this again. Phoenix dot new no ecto and pomorodo. Fetch and install dependencies. So it does say it's doing that npm install node stuff. I wonder if there was possibly an error message that totally ignored last time it came through here. Maybe if you could, in the background, Google like getting killed on file ex.
Yeah, I can do that. What was the error? Sorry, let me just come up here a little bit and yank that. Okay.
Error command failed to execute. Please run the following command again after installation. So we do get that one command dying. You can also run your app inside of IEX, so that is probably a worthwhile endeavor. It should try and compile the same thing, and it dies in the same way. So, have you found anything on this?
Nope. There is something. Well, it's not exactly the same, actually. I don't think it's the same. Never mind. I'm not going to say anything about it. Let's see really quick if there is something running back here. Nope, just my grep. JK. It's not a thing. Maintenance compile.
Oh.
All the other errors that I'm seeing are like they actually have like a lot more stuff. Like it's like compiling this, compiling that, blah 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 blah, and then blowing up. Not just like compiling one.ex, boom, dead.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that it is this MIME thing, MIME, that is trying to compile and can't. Compilation error on new project, text. So you need the ESL Erlang, which comes with all the tools. Sudo apt get install. So I think that this is something we already did. Yeah, so this might have something to do with us being on Ubuntu and Erlang kind of, that seems, yeah, there we go. So the Erlang install is broken up into all these different packages, and it can kind of be a pain to figure out what all Erlang packages you need to be able to.
So we installed this stuff last night. Did you have to do it again in this local dir?
Should not, no. But this is also something that we did last night, this watcher thing. And it is totally not a thing this morning. So yeah, I have no clue. Cool. And now we should be able to.
Oh, can you echo your path real quick? Sorry. I'm just wondering if maybe because we put that in there and it's not loading, because last night we sourced it. And remember I said if you load in tomorrow, oh no, there's the Elm platform stuff, so it's still in there loaded. Never mind.
Well,
okay.
Yeah, that stuff we're not even using, right? Because we ended up installing via.
Yeah, because that was Elm stuff. Never mind. I thought that was for.
Yeah. Okay, so I think maybe now we need to do the npm install stuff that it told us about earlier. So yeah, I added that watcher thing because I saw it said node watcher and didn't actually read the entire error message that was like, hey, your node modules don't exist, which makes sense because that failed when we were creating our app, probably because we didn't have the proper Erlang packages installed. So yeah, biggest lesson learned of the past 20 minutes, Erlang on Ubuntu can kind of stink.
I miss seeing your pretty face, Tony. That's the bummer with the Hangouts, right?
Yeah, I'm sure that there is a way for me to maybe be broadcasting the session through one user and then me through another.
You could do the iPadding. Get iPad on the on this side.
So check dependencies wanted known. Yeah, so this is totally more stuff that we did last night and hasn't been done this morning. Which is,
did your box go to sleep and not remember things?
I don't know.
I don't think that's a thing. You didn't turn it off.
Yep. All right, so we need to Ubuntu install node. So, or I think I googled npm. So by default, Ubuntu ships with an old version that we can't use.
Old version of what?
Of Node. So option 1, Node Manager. All right, so I am gonna kind of blindly do some commands here. So this, let me NVM. Oh, okay. So maybe all I have to do is tell NVM to use 5. Now there. So npm install. And I did run this command nvm alias default node, which I thought would persist that.
Mm-hmm.
So while this is running, it would seem like we're probably in a space where Phoenix, Pomodoro, mix Phoenix.server. I think it should be able to, even though, yeah, so we're hitting localhost 4000. So if everyone were to go to pair.tonywin.me and hit 4000, you can see our app is running, but because we don't have all of our npm stuff running, looks like none of the CSS JavaScript stuff that comes by default is there.
Hello, Pomodoro.
I'm gonna post that link inside. So yeah, that's something.
This will, whenever it's all set up, this will just reload automatically for us.
Yeah.
Like when we make changes.
Yep, it should.
Cool.
So it is saying we wanted node version over that. We wanted node greater than 4.4, less than 5, or greater than 6.3. All right.
That's a really weird window.
Yeah, and this, so I'm assuming I can nvm install, and I guess 6.3 would be the thing we want to do.
Sure.
So it says now using
node version.
Should I do the use?
Well, I would, yeah. And then check the.
So node dash b, yeah.
Great.
All right, so npm install.
So exciting.
It's awesome how long the feedback cycles are on this.
It's still pretty cool. Like tabs, it like flips you around. Also annoying, but.
So Aaron is using some native tmux integration with iTerm. So he's got like real tabs kind of across the top, and as he changes them, sweet. It looks like it actually finished, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we refresh the pair.21.me, there's still nothing there. I wonder if
you gotta restart the server probably.
Yeah. Cool. So it compiled files, did not die. I refresh, I get welcome to Phoenix.
Yep.
So we are good to go. So like I said, there's this this guide that I posted in the chat. I don't know if folks that are watching can see the links that I posted, but if not, I'll put in the description. But basically, it kind of walks you through how to set up Elm inside of a Phoenix app. So we're just going to use brunch because hopefully it's going to be the path of least resistance for us inside of Phoenix. So it looks like it wants us to set up a watched thing. All right, so this is my natural inclination is going to be to just go straight into Vim, but I'm going to learn Emacs here, so or Spacemacs. So you're definitely going to have to help me out.
Yeah, it's so bad.
So I want to open up the brunch config file inside of our project. How would I do that? Okay.
Let's do, for some reason, this whole like thing. So there we go.
What was that connection refused about?
It's probably trying to install a package or something like that, most likely. Great. So inside here, because we haven't gone into this package yet, you can hit space A for applications and R for Ranger. And so this is kind of like a file browsery thing. Mm-hmm. Where's our stuff at? Source?
Yeah.
Source, Pomodoro. And we should probably do a git init inside of there real quick. So I'm just gonna.
Cool. I just realized I'm connected to Wi-Fi and instead of my hard line, and you're cutting out a bit. So I think it's me. So I might break out for a second, but git init us and get us into that file. Okay. The brunch config. I totally seem to have not gone away. Sweet.
Right. You literally just changed connections. You're still here.
So I noticed that my Wi-Fi was on, and I thought that it was maybe kind of using that as default since you were kind of robot voicey for me. So I just disabled my my Wi-Fi to kind of force it going through the actual like Ethernet plug. But the fact that I did not lose you probably means that it wasn't using that. So web watched, this indentation is weird. All right, Spacemacs is hating me. So I'm trying to re-indent over.
You might hit undo real quick because I think you killed a bracket. Yeah, so great. There you
go. Interesting. All right. So it looks like, yeah. So normally to re-indent this to the left, I would hit shift and then left angle bracket, and then I would hit the space key. But the space key
here
is bringing up Spacemacs.
If you want to, if you don't have a line section, like for instance, I was to select like a visual and select these lines, which is not highlighted for some reason because Spacemacs hates being in sticky marks. But anyway, if you did that, then the shift angle brackets would work for you. However, if you don't want to go into visual mode and you're on a particular that you want to do, just hit angle bracket, which direction you want to go, and then do it again, and it will bounce out there. But right now, for some reason, it's treating this .js file as a React mode, and in here, the default spacing is 4 spaces, whereas everything in here is 2 spaces. So all your angle bracket stuff is going to be moving you by 4 spaces. So we could change the spacing. So I just went into insert and used 2 spaces to line it up like an animal.
Good on. All right, so we need that, and then we have some plugins here. Yep, that I'm totally hitting like normal things, and weirdness is happening. Nope, missed it. I really feel like escape is super slow or something, and it's getting me Kind of messed up. All right, so this obviously needs a comma, and maybe okay. So you killed our running server, or am I just missing the window that is happening in?
I think you're missing the one. Did not build running deal.
I'm in one. There we go. Okay, so cool. That's still running. Back in Emacs. All right, so we have that part of this kind of tutorial for setting this up. I think where do we go? I have too many windows going on. All right, so we need to make that web elm directory probably from here. So we're gonna make dir web elm and touch our application, and we're gonna want to install some elm packages, cd web elm. So we're gonna need that, and this we totally ran into yesterday, and it was npm install elm, I think.
I thought you did a -G.
Yep.
Yeah.
After install, right?
I'm not sure that matters, but yeah, that's where I always do it. It probably matters actually, but.
Sweet. So now hopefully I can run this command. Sweet. All right. So I have that, and so we're going to do a quick hello world inside of our Elm app. So when I'm in the project in Spacemacs, I can space R for Ranger. No? Space B?
Well, if you're in a project already, we went to Ranger the first time because we weren't in a project, right? So after that, you just hit space F, find, and it's like fuzzy find, whatever you want.
Sweet. All right. So what are we looking for?
Did you say app dot something?
Yeah, app.elm. And do I control down to, oh, I can barely see it highlighting. Support for Elm mode requires installation of layer Elm. That's kind of cool.
Yes. Again.
That's really cool. If it works.
We'll see.
Okay. So
hit window. So space WM to maximize it because the compile window is open underneath us. So
space WM.
Yeah, nice window. Great.
So how? Nope. So that doesn't still doesn't work. I'm gonna have to get used to this. So this spacing seems weird to me. I don't know. Maybe that is totally how it should be. With something with the equal sign. I don't know. I will not bother.
Yeah, I don't think that. I don't know that we. I think that was the way the file was generated. Maybe I don't know.
I'm kind of interested. Are we? I guess we probably need to restart that server in order to get the watch changes that I added in Brunch to get picked up. But yeah. I would like to see as we save stuff that it compiles and all that.
Hey, there's a compile bit that just happened.
Yeah, sweet. So it said no changes. So I wonder, I'll put this back. So that
it seems to, like, whenever you switch tabs, it doesn't change my tabs. Whenever I change my tabs, it changes your tabs. So I'm like having to like keep up. So if I click the tab and it like jerks you around, it's trying to get back to where you were.
Gotcha.
for whatever reason.
So it looks like it did compile again when I saved it there. So that is sweet. We've got some stuff. So obviously this is compiling, but we aren't actually on the page yet. So looking through this thing, he's suggesting we open up our app layout and change it to the following. Link, brow, body, and finally replace the contents of index. I'm actually not seeing anything in what he's suggesting that we add that really makes sense. That seems any different than what the normal thing is.
Did you do a link to this thing? Did you post that in the chat somewhere?
I did.
Whatever you're looking at.
I totally did.
Medium article. Got it.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm wanting to open up a new file. So you said I can hit space and then file? No. Project. Fine.
PF.
Okay. So there is an index for page. Cool. So he's suggesting let's get rid of all this. So visual mode, visual line, go to the top of the file, delete. Yeah, the highlighting really stinks.
Yeah. Thank you, T-Muck. Appreciate you.
I don't know.
It's a little bit better in the native mode. I will say, but we'll cross that bridge at another time.
I don't know that. I am skeptical that it's just a Tmux issue. I feel like we have so much to configure on this box kind of issue, maybe.
Agreed. It's definitely a Tmux issue. We're running Tmux not in this native thing, because like if I ran Tmux like how you ran it, it would look the same as yours. But if I run Tmux like this, then it looks this way. Same thing, like I ran into a similar issue. I would try Tmux from my iPad and run it. I ran into similar things. I don't know if it's strictly Tmux. It could be like the mixture of Tmux and SpaceMax together, obviously. But
so we need to open up app.js in order to mount our Elm.
JS, is this similar to like Ruby? Oh, no. This is just straight up JavaScript. For some reason, I was thinking it was like a Sprockets manifest file or something. Never mind.
So our hello Pomodoro at this point has nothing in it. So we still get like the Phoenix framework thing sitting up top because that's hanging out in our layout. So maybe there was something inside of our layout file. So in order to open that space project, find layout app, this one. All right, so going back to this this deal, what might he have been doing that I'm missing? So app.js is obviously getting loaded. Yep, and that's at the bottom. The render is a little bit different. No, it looks pretty much the same. View module, view template, assigns. Yeah.
Oh, he did kill some stuff, like so container looks a little different. He just got a main. He got rid of the p tags for the alert business. All those are probably useful. Probably keep them.
Yeah. So there shouldn't be anything here.
Yeah, he doesn't have a header in his article. Like, there's not even a header tag. So all that stuff he just blew away, it looks like.
Let's see if we don't have any issues, no JavaScript errors or anything on the page.
I guess let me ask, what are you expecting?
I'm expecting hello world, right? So
Okay.
we've mounted our app here. Oh, Control I is not a thing. So yeah, we put the Elm container
Oh, do
there.
we have an Elm container?
Yeah,
Like
so
a div?
that's space P find index. Yeah, so there's our Elm container, and we should be able to elm.app embed. All right, so let's maybe see as we're starting this thing. We can restart. So app.elm exists. Okay, so there's something. Compiling failed, syntax error, unexpected character. Yeah, thank you medium.com for your fancy quotes that JavaScript doesn't know how to parse. There we go. Great. So hopefully
Still not a. Maybe try to restart the server again. Yeah. Looks like we killed a comment slash in the branch file.
Times. So, oh man, space project find brunch config.
GG. Looked like it was up at the top. Oh no, this ain't it. Where was that at?
What's the file? Yeah, it's an app.
Oh, app. Okay, just kidding.
So space project find app.js.
There it is.
Nope. There. Cool. Sweet. One more time. Okay.
Hello from Elm.
Sweet. All right. So we've got a something. Cool. So I was thinking we probably start with building out kind of an initial state inside of Elm of our Pomodoro app, which is like things aren't started yet kind of deal. And we kind of let Phoenix sit in the background for a while until we need to worry about kind of distributing like sessions. Yeah, so the idea with doing a Pomodoro app inside of Phoenix is that we could basically, as a user, I could go in and start a new timer and share that link with somebody else, and so they could be able to see where that timer is at too. So it'd be really helpful for pair programming with somebody while using Pomodoro, like remotely.
Pair Pomodoro.
Yep. All right, so we need to remember how to Elm now.
Yeah.
Project find app Elm. Cool. So what should this end up looking like? So main right now is text, app is exposing that. So we need a more,
I'm guessing like a start. Or are you wanting to like start a new one? Like make a new Pomodoro? or just like there's only one and you start it and stop it, right?
Right. So I would think when you initially come in, maybe there is like a new kind of thing. So we're describing some kind of initial state of the world. So let's just kind of sketch for a second. So our model could have a state of what, like I don't know.
Well, I'm curious, like, so let's think about this for a second. Presumably all these different things would have different URLs so that you could, go to the individual ones. So you're saying this landing page would be the one where you kind of create the so-called Pomodoro room, if you will, like, the different, like Google Hangout has different rooms, right? So you like create a new room and then, people land on the Pomodoro thing and they go into the same room, or you send them a link directly to that room and now they're in it and that's where the Pomodoro is. So you're talking about like, that, right? Making a new.
Yeah, I would say like there's probably a simpler version that we could iterate from that is not aware of new URLs or anything like that. Where we could even start with like, okay, we only, across the entire website, we only support one timer. You can look at what Tony's timer is doing.
Right, exactly. So that's where you land on the page, and it's more of like a start this Pomodoro right now versus make a new Pomodoro, right? So this would just be, start the one and only thing that exists.
Yep, I think so.
Cool.
So yeah, like going to this state where nothing is running is kind of what I'm wanting to describe here. And so like eventually this is going to be some kind of union type potentially with different things in here, and it's probably going to be more complicated. But we really need the version of this where we can define our whole update.
Right. So not basic program or whatever.
Yeah.
So there's basic program, and then there's the version that is what basic program does for you, and we want the longer version, correct?
Correct. So I'm totally gonna just look at some examples here. So I'm imagining what we are going to have is going to have buttons. So it looks like we can still use beginner program.
Beginner, that's the word I was looking for.
And does that actually? No, it doesn't actually do any of that. All right, so I'm going to bring in this from an example. Beginner program is inside of app, so we should be good there. We do need to set our models up. I think that this would work. Maybe it makes
question. So model, that was, in the thing that you brought in, that was the initial state 0. So it's probably like some increment, like example or counter example. What can be the initial state, right? Like, does Elm have objects like the same as like JavaScript, or like what are the data types there?
Yeah, your model can totally be kind of like a map sort of thing. I forget exactly what it calls it, but it can be a complicated object, and ours is going as soon as we hit the start button and have to start managing seconds and stuff like that. It's obviously gonna be more complicated than just like what is this particular type. So our view is going to be, it's going to take in a model. So it's view space model equals, and then this is our kind of Lispy looking representation of this. So we need to start with something. So let's.
Are you looking at a Elm thing? Like,
yeah, I'm looking at the button example, and it's elmlang.org/examples/buttons. I will post that in our chat, and apparently only we can see that, the outside world, i.e. Curtis. Hi, Curtis, if you're still there, if you're not bored to tears.
Is Curtis on?
He was.
I didn't even like.
We have.
Where's the viewer count thing? Like, I haven't seen.
It's at the bottom. We're back to 0. We bored. Curtis got bored.
By Curtis. It's probably sleeping time in Germany. No.
Yeah. Yeah. The escape is super slow. That's been really annoying to me. All right, so we're gonna do a deal, and we're just gonna have a button that says start.
Just thank God for having an escape key for now, because next MacBook Pro you're gonna be fucked. No escape keys.
Button text. Okay, so this is the content of div. It's going to be something like this, and yeah, how the heck did it get up there? Right, so we're definitely going to need to expose some other things like button. That's cool.
Is onClick a function, or does it just come in with button?
OnClick is separate, so that comes from HTML events. Seriously, this is so slow. Right. Decrement is not a thing right now, so we're gonna just say the text here should be start timer.
You got one. Just hit an X also.
How?
What the hell?
All right, we've got too many quotes. This is going to be empty for now until we figure out.
Also, I see one other thing, div. Div is not exposed anywhere. I see text and button are exposed, but div is not.
Sweet. Thank you.
And in the docs, it looks like they have commas between those things.
Yeah, I think that's optional. So we definitely got an error, and something did pop up. Is there a way we like maximized here at some point? Is there a way to unmaximize and maybe we're getting some useful information somewhere?
So space E is going to be your error stuff. So if you do space E and then do like L for list, it should tell you, yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything in here. So you can space EL again to get rid of that window.
Space EL. Okay. So it was something about parentheses being an issue. I will go back over to, there we go. So syntax exposing, yeah. So maybe it is following. Yep, you're totally right. It's super slow getting out of insert mode. Is that a thing for you?
No, definitely not.
All right, so we've got a couple things. Update isn't anything. So update is going to take in a model and something, I think. a message in a model.
Oh, so Tony, real quick. So you see that little red 3 down at the bottom?
Mm-hmm.
That is that same fly check thing. So I think once you save the file, it probably did stuff. So if you hit space EL again, it'll pop up a list of like where your things are, right? So beginner program isn't in here, apparently.
So yeah, it should be
That comes
coming from here, and I thought the dot dot.
No, it comes from HTML.app exposes beginner program.
I'm really like upset about what's going on here. Okay, cool. So it sounds like, seriously, like if I don't wait 3 seconds to after I hit escape, the next thing I do really kill stuff. All right, so I need to define this as a type or something. So yeah, this is defining
type. Maybe that's a capital M now.
So another thing, naming error cannot find variable model.
Maybe just set it as a 0. Maybe you don't give it a type, you give it it needs to be a value.
Let me type alias model.
And then do you declare initial?
Yeah, so
just type initial.
Okay. Need white space.
Right, so you can't just declare, it has to be like a thing, right? Like a type, right? Like it has to be derived from a type, no?
All right, so I am so upset about all of this. All right, so let's insert, wait, hit enter, escape, open, state, colon, initial. And how would you say I move this over? Oh, there we go. All right.
I want to hit escape to get out of visual.
Type. Okay, so I think maybe what we can do now is say type state is equal to initial. it is just this. So I am currently looking at the radio buttons example where it does a type alias model. And okay, so right on. I think that we define the model as having a state, but then up here we say that this is initial. But obviously we have to declare this as this kind of weird thing with state equals initial. Okay, so we're past whatever is happening here or getting something else. So we have some warnings. We have an error. Beginner program is causing a mismatch function. Beginning program is expecting the argument to be view. Okay, but it is view state list of HTML. So view model, we have a div. That seems okay to me. The argument to function div is causing a type mismatch. Function div is expected.
It looks like you need an empty brackets before button, at least what I'm.
Yep. Totally. And now everything is
probably a space after.
Missing type annotation. Okay, so like these are all in yellow. So maybe we have a, yeah, we've got a start timer button on the page.
Yeah. That was super, super painful.
Yeah. Remembering how union types work is totally.
Oh, I was just talking about Spacemax.
Oh yeah, yeah. That the whole like waiting, having to wait for a like full second for escape to like do its thing is awful.
I mean, I use it in SSH pretty much every day for work, and it's never like I think it's the I'm gonna stop saying it. It's the Tmux, unfortunately, with Spacemax. Not I love Tmux in its own. I like Spacemax on its own, but they're a bad couple, unfortunately. So we need to solve this problem now.
Yeah, so let's have an action for onClick, right? So I think what it was on click, and we're going to send it some kind of message thing, which we haven't really done, but start timer, something like that. I guess we could handle these warnings that they're giving us. But okay, so looking back at the example for
close the little thing.
You can go for it if you want while I'm looking at how to do this. So type message is going to equal what our message is. So I guess maybe here. So type.
So why is it indenting really weirdly?
I'm assuming that I messed something up. And it's about to tell me as soon as I save this. So type MSG is equal to start timer. Cool. So that's still a thing. So hypothetically, if we hit start timer, everything is still not really doing anything because our update doesn't actually do anything. It just always returns the model. So this is where we get into updating our model. So when we get
update message model equals, or you get that in case of
you're kind of cutting out a little bit. So you were saying case. Actually, if you want to, I've been typing a lot. If you want to jump in, yeah.
Okay, case message of I'm doing Elm. And type is
Start timer.
Oh, timer. Also, alt slash. Is that a forward slash? Auto completes like just random anything in the buffer. That's a thing. It's nice if you. And so I'm looking at the radio button thing, and it's like there's some new font size. Like what is it that goes into this thing? Like what goes here? There, this. Like what is food in this case? Elm.
So that would,
like
yeah. So you can send along stuff with your message, basically, and we're not in this particular example. There's nothing.
So we can
there. Yeah, and you're like cutting out a ton as you're talking. I don't know if it's my
really
or yours. Yeah.
Let me I don't know. Maybe my mic cable got. Let me unplug my headphones and see if the audio gets better.
Check. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. This definitely sucks, and it sounds like you are cutting out again. Like it's totally a internet issue, not a microphone issue.
Okay, we both have so awesome.
Yep.
Let me put my headphones back in.
Okay, so case of start timer, we want to update the state from initial to started or something.
Okay, so we have a new type then, yeah?
A new union on our state.
Started.
Yeah.
Okay, up here. Oh my God, this is slow as hell, dude. I want angry.
Yeah, it seems like it's
So
a internet connection.
I doubt that it's fast.com.
And it might just be your uplink, right?
Okay. I have 80 up.
So while you're doing that, our new version of our model should be state equals started. I think something like that. Cool. Top level view does not have an annotation. Oh, that's cool. If I hover over these things, it tells me what the issue is. All right, so it's complaining about these type annotations. So I'm gonna go ahead and update those real quick so I don't have to worry about that. So update is going to look like this. then view this. We are not sending back a message yet. So it should be like this, maybe. Worth looking back at this other example. View model HTML message. No, I did specs message.
Hang on, I'll try.
HTML exposing ... I guess I could totally hover over this thing to see what it's telling me. Cannot find type HTML. Yeah, so that's what I need. Okay, cool. So I'm kind of surprised view is still telling me there's an issue. Although it's not telling me what the issue is. This one, program never is, I guess, what main program never. Actually, totally didn't see what it said. Big P, big N, program never. And program never. Okay, so that resolves that. And yeah, apparently it doesn't like something about view. So I'm just gonna copy this inferred thing at the bottom. Cannot do that. Oh, that changed that for me somehow. So view colon a HTML message cannot escape that quickly. View space a HTML MSG. Escape, hang out for a few minutes. Now try. Do it again. I don't know why everything's in yellow. All right, I'm done with that. So this is pretty much what we had time for. Is Aaron back? He's not. It's just me. So yeah, I've got to get going. It would be really nice to see like something different when we click the button. So let me try and do that real quick. So looking at our thing, I'm just gonna maybe print out the state so that we can see that things are happening. So I'm going to do another div empty, and then we're going to say text of model dot state. I guess that's not going to be, it's not really going to be a thing because state is not a string. Function div is expecting 2 arguments, but was given 5. So I just got switched, so maybe Aaron is back online. Right, so I was kind of expecting this to be. Okay.
Yep.
Got div back. I can tell that you're back because I keep flipping panes. Beginner program is expecting the argument state, but is okay. Yeah, so this is totally what I thought was happening. So it's basically we're at the end. I've got to take off, but I wanted to somehow show something was going on.
Check. Is my audio better?
Your audio is good, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was, you're totally right. For some reason, I went and checked, and whenever I checked my download speed, I was getting like 100 millisecond ping times, and also like my download would spike up to like 80 and then drop down to like nothing. Spike up to 80 and drop down to nothing. So I just bounced my router, which I really haven't had to do in the past, and everything's back to like, 13 millisecond ping times and very saturated connections.
Okay, so let's do some kind of conditional in our view. Maybe is a good thing to do. So let's do case model dot state and case of. So when we have initial, then we can do this stuff, which we could totally bring out into another function. Oh my gosh, this waiting for escape, somehow like hitting K after all right, so we're now going to say started.
Do you need to bring that closing bracket up and over as well?
Yep.
Like DDP.
That's the easy part. The hard part is actually moving it. Here we go. All right, so I am going to yank those, put them in, get out of that yellow, and let's stop timer. All right, so if we go back here, I can hit start timer, and it says stop timer.
Great.
I can hit it again, and it just continues to exist.
Yep.
Sweet. So yeah, we'll actually, as our last kind of thing, why don't we go ahead and commit everything here, and you can show me the Spacemax magic. We do need to add our origin, so I did create a repo that we're going to push to. So let me find the command for that stuff.
Probably better to do that just inside a bash will be easier.
So
get remote add origin.
Failed to push some refs to that.
We have to add the. Oh, you did that. It's just kidding.
Yeah. So the problem is we don't have.
You have to get in it or git commit. Okay, great.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'm also not sure that we've got a key hooked up to GitHub for this. Like we did that at some point, but that might not have been this box. So we might not be able to push, but yeah, let's commit and
In the
see.
beginning, there is darkness. Great. So I'm just going to save everything. Okay. Or you want to do something else?
That's fine.
Cool. And then push remote, origin, get failed. So yeah, it's probably going to be.
Yeah. All right, so we'll take care of that later, and I'll update with the URL to our project and all that in the video that gets posted. Yeah, so there was definitely some pain at different points. But we got a basic LMAP, and it has some functionality. I think for an hour and 15 minutes or whatever it was.
We have a button that you can press it and it goes to start, or it goes to stop. But if you press it again, it just keeps doing that. You have to refresh the page.
But yeah, I think that that's pretty good progress.
Yeah. So I want to try to, offline try to figure out why Tmux hates Emacs or why Emacs hates Tmux, one or the other. Because as soon as I started typing for the very first time there, and I hit like escape and did the same kind of fuck ups that you were having because of the lag and stuff like that, I was like, what the hell is going on? So I had a new appreciation for your pain.
Yeah.
And
super surprising stuff after that. Like, what mode was I in that after I hit escape and then hit like a K, it would delete like the following like 5 lines or whatever? In what mode does K equal like delete a bunch of lines?
Yeah, no, it doesn't. That's weird. So, that's super frustrating / disappointing. Hopefully we can solve that and make that better, but maybe not. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm good to give like maybe the lockstep kind of stuff a try again. So that's a package for Spacemacs that can support some kind of pairing situation where you wouldn't need Tmux.
Yeah, so essentially how it works is you start a Emacs server on the server, and then you both connect in using Emacs client, and then each person runs a command called lockstep, such that whenever the person moves their cursor, it repeats that same thing and puts you into lockstep. We tried it a little bit last night, and Windows and things like that got out of sync really quickly. So I also will totally give it a try again. I hope that it works better. Maybe that was just some weirdness from last night, but yeah, hopefully that'll work better. If not, I'm going to be looking into other things to see how to make it better. But until then, hooray!
Sounds good. So yeah, let's do this again sometime.
Yeah.
Right. I'm assuming no one will ever watch this.
Curtis watched it a bit.
Yeah. We had like 3 viewers at some points.
Really?
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for watching us struggle with our setup, our EC2 instance kind of in the cloud that we were both logged in on. Hopefully that'll get better. Yeah, everything was kind of Ubuntu Tmux, like operating system level struggles, I feel like. But yeah, we got a thing. We've got a button. It can be interacted with one time.
We are providing value.
Yep.
one button per hour and a half. Half a button, right? Like it only works like one direction. Right? You load the page.
Nice.
So, good times.
Sweet. All right. Thanks, man.
Catch you later.
Later. Bye.